Name and birth date.
Sweere, September 22nd, 1999.
Emergency contact.
Leah Sweere.
Relation.
Wife.
Occupation.
Choir teacher. She works with kids.
Your occupation.
I'm an actor.
How's that been going?
You know, with the cancer, it's
Breathe in. 3, 2, 1.
not great.
When did you get married?
June,
When were you diagnosed?
January.
They overlapped.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's all right. Could have been worse.
How so?
I could have gotten shot.
Sweet. You're all set. 375 milligrams of dicarbazine going in over 1 hour.
Thank you.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right, just know I'm always here.
I know. Thank you. I don't have cancer anymore. I did have cancer 2 weeks ago. But therefore the idea that I don't have cancer anymore is not a sure thing. It's what the doctors tell me should be the case. It's a hope. It's a hope that I started every rehearsal I had for the show, even before I was finished with treatment, and it's a hope that I wrote down in early June when I was writing this thing. And that was really weird. It was really weird to write my perspective now and create what you are hearing now back then. Because writing a show with this title when you still have cancer, that just makes you want to roll your eyes, right? But I knew it was going to be true. And I also gave a decent amount of consideration to you, to the audience, and to your reaction to what I was saying. Most people would probably say that I shouldn't do that art should just be what the artist wants the art to be without considering you at all, but I'm an inherent people pleaser. I hate to admit it, but your reaction to what I say matters to me. And that also is really weird, because the words that I'm saying right now, I also wrote in the beginning of June. And as I sit here in June, this is June Sam talking directly to you now, I have cancer. And it's not filling me with the desire to make a fun cancer show for you to watch. It's making me want to go to bed. But I'm an actor, so I'll act. And I'm a writer, so words. But to just put it out there before we begin, writing the cancer show about your experience with cancer when you still have cancer is so hard to write. And it's even harder to write when the end of your story is a hope. As I was writing the show, I was met with a pretty damning fact. My show is a comedy, and cancer is not funny. So there were just several instances of show that were just too bleak for the overall impression that I wanted to give. So I tried to find ways that injected some fun into the story. The first thing I got is this journal where I wrote down various musings about my experience that weren't deep enough for full story segments. So when things get too depressing, you'll hear the bell, and I'll read something from the journal. And some of these don't have anything to do with cancer whatsoever. And some of them are shit. There is no one that can yodel that voted for Kamala Harris. You could say I was cooking. That's good. Except you were on as many drugs as I was. 2 months ago, I auditioned for the role of guy with cancer and did not get it. I thought that would be a layup. I also got these streamers. They were really cheap after the 4th of July, and there's 6 in a pack, and we got a pack for each show, so we'll choose our time to use those with the utmost care. I tried to get a couple other things, but the lady who had the mascot costumes of joy and sadness from Inside Out did not want to budge. So that's okay. But you know, hey, with what we got, I think we'll try to make do. So let's get started. Let's talk cancer. You came to see me talk cancer? Let's talk cancer. I had a lump right here, about the size of a golf ball. Here's a picture. Lumpy, right? I didn't check this thing out with a doctor for 2 months. And now, I'm not a mind reader, but if someone showed me this picture and told me that they didn't check it out with a doctor for 2 months, I would call that person a dumbass. If that person was now a cancer survivor, I would feel really, really bad about calling that person a dumbass. Besides, I've had lumps bigger than that before, which is crazy to say to the general public, but it's true. One time in college, my right testicle grew to the size of a fist. If you're going like, wow, that's kind of personal, you should leave. It gets worse. A fist is bigger than a golf ball. Keep on track. And I showed it to a doctor in a professional setting. I didn't just plop it on his desk. And it just went away. Turns out, and this is the words of the doctor here, testicles can just do that sometimes. So, I had a testicle that made it look like half of my genitals worked out for 3 months, and that just casually went away. So I wasn't immediately concerned with the mini-me growing out of my shoulder. I also didn't have insurance in December, which is where our story begins. And when you have to, all right, you have to make the decision of, is this important enough to do without insurance? And the lump is just kind of chilling there. You let it take a ride. Also, it only appeared if I like stuck my neck out like a chicken, and part of me was hoping that the rowing machine just gave me a cool new muscle. Show off at the dinner table. That was not true. January rolled around, classic January, and old Lumpy didn't go away. So I met with a doctor, and she said,
That's a lump. Here, take one of these.
An L. She referred me to an ultrasound. Now, I had had an ultrasound once before. On my ball. It was the size of a fist. And that was way worse because the gel that they use is not room temperature. You have to sit there in near complete silence with the nurse as they take a picture with one hand and they put the wand on your balls with the other like you're half of a drum kit. And I say it's near complete silence because every once in a while the gel on your neck or your balls, wherever, will make a slight squelching sound. Kind of like, I don't know. Something happened at the end of my neck ultrasound though that did not happen at the end of my ball ultrasound that made the fear of cancer a lot more real. The nurse talked to me. And it's not that they can't talk to you, it's just sort of my understanding that they're not really supposed to comment on what they saw. Maybe the ball nurse just didn't feel like saying anything after getting so personal with me. But nevertheless, she didn't say a word, and the neck ultrasound lady did.
How long has this been going on?
20, 30 minutes.
No, not the ultrasound, the lump on your shoulder.
Oh, like 2 months, but I had a lump on my testicle for way longer.
Okay, this is the second time in the past 10 minutes that you've brought up your testicle. You really need to stop doing that or I'm going to have to ask you to leave, okay?
Okay. It didn't make me panic, but it freaked me out. Let me put it this way. If the expression is waiting for the other shoe to drop, I would qualify this interaction I had with the nurse as the first shoe, which is sad. Cauliflower is just gentrified broccoli. I sent a text to my friends after this about how nervous I was about my lump, and I instantly regretted it. It read too much like, oh guys, I have a bump. Oh, and I'm nervous. It's like, I felt like I was being a little bitch, and which is self-critical. Yeah, I'm working on it in therapy, but I don't know. Every once in a while, toxic masculinity grabs me by my lumps, wherever they might be, sinks its little claws into me. Okay? So I saw the text 2 minutes after I sent it, and I was like, what am I doing, dude? Like, this is gonna be so lame when I have to backpedal and I have to be like, oh, LOL. No worries, gents. It was really fluid. But thank God it was actually cancer, right? Because either it was I had cancer or my text makes me look like a bitch. And clearly, I dodged a bullet. I got the result of my ultrasound. It was much more medical than this, but basically what it said was,
We don't know what it is.
we got 5 more of those. If you're excited. Finding out you have cancer it's one of the longest and most agonizing periods of time. You have to take a test that qualifies you for another test that gets you in for the doctor, that gets you in for the other test, that qualifies you for the final test, that just tells you if you have cancer or not. It was the most nerve-wracking period of my life. Yeah. When I was a kid, there was a lady that told me I should not eat burnt marshmallows because they cause cancer. And that scared me, so I never ate one. Turns out that bitch didn't know shit about it. So, on a scale of fear for me, I would say that it goes like spiders, auditions where they ask you to sing, and then the slow, drawn-out process of finding out whether or not you have a deadly disease. And I hate singing for people. I mean, I had a couple people in my life that I really respected tell me I was bad at it, and it ruined things for me. But you know what? If we could just lower the octave on some of these tenor songs, that would really help me. That'd be really helpful for me. Or if I could like take a shot before I went into the auditions, that'd be really helpful. Or like, or if I had a choir. If I had a choir that I just could keep in the back until I had to do my 16 bars, that would be phenomenal. I would not get cast, but the statement that I would be making, undeniable. I did a few more tests. They didn't tell me that I had cancer, but they did not tell me that I didn't have cancer either, which, say it with me, blows. 4 more. I finally qualified for the final test that just tells you if you have cancer or not. A biopsy, where they take a little piece of you. And not only would it tell me if I have cancer or not, but it would tell me what kind of cancer I have. Because with lymphoma, with lymphoma, there's 2 distinct types. There's Hodgkin's lymphoma and there's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And maybe you're asking yourself, who's Hodgkin? Why does he have a monopoly on lymphoma? And like, I can tell you, but it's pretty much just what it says on Wikipedia, because that's where I did the research. Dr. Thomas Hodgkin was a British guy.
Oh, I'm British.
He was a British guy who opened up some dead bodies that they had overly enlarged lymph nodes. He then went,
Oh, blimey. I bet they vanished from the big-ass lymph nodes.
and he was right, and they gave him an award.
Yay!
Thomas also had a wife, but no kids. Which, being from the 1800s, makes you think. Yeah, he didn't have kids, but he did travel all over the world with his best friend. And I'm not saying that he was. I'm just saying it's what I would have done. Hodgkin's lymphoma is the one that you want. It responds especially well to treatment, and most importantly, it's curable. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is deadly. And Hodgkin's lymphoma is deadly too, but it's deadly in the way that, like, I don't know, the flu is deadly. It's sort of like, if Hodgkin's lymphoma can kill you, there's a chance that, like, a fast revolving door might kill you as well at that point in your life. It's sort of like Hodgkin's lymphoma is getting shot in the leg, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is like getting shot in the liver. So at this point in my process, I'm about 90% sure that I'm gonna get shot. It's just like, and all my mental energy is focused on going, oh God, not my liver, not my liver, not my liver. So for the biopsy, they stick a needle into my lymph node. And on the screen they're watching, I can see my skin get punctured. I hated that. But they took a piece of me for testing, and I went home. I went home, and I sat for 4 days, waiting for someone to look at my chunks to tell me whether or not the next period of my life was going to be a never-ending hell, or a hell that was over in July. Which is probably the saddest thing that we've said so far. I'll find a bigger portion. Okay. This has nothing to do with cancer whatsoever. I'm not entirely sold that motorcyclists deserve all the special treatment. Because people will say all the time on billboards, bumper stickers, word of mouth, everything, that it's like, you gotta watch out for those motorcyclists. And that's all well and good, but you know who else gets in car accidents all the time? Cars. It's not my fault that you joined the Coliseum of the road with a shorter sword and you ended up getting stabbed. You got to think if you brought a shield. And it's not just a you problem, because a guy will get drunk and run into an IHOP killing a family of 4. And it's not like people are saying, oh, you gotta watch out for those IHOPs. So much of your philosophy is centered around the idea that you're living life on the edge. No one buys a motorcycle because it's practical. You buy it to feel free, and yeah, it saves you money on gas, but like so does a Prius, Bradley. Also, you have the audacity to be like, oh, how could you not see me? You're small. You're teeny tiny. And have you driven before? Like 1 in 10 of everybody on the road is just the dumbest person. And that's not a fault of the car or motorcycle they drive, it's the fault of the gene pool. And if you want to drive a missile into this gene pool, God help you. So anyway, back to the crash out. Cancer had me fearing for my life. Yay! I was on the brink of a meltdown at all times. And since everything takes so long in the medical world, I would have one of these tests that determines the rest of my life. And then I'd have to go home. And I'd sit down and I'd play like Minecraft or something. And I couldn't stop thinking about my wife. The thought of me leaving her, that haunted me. Because people die from cancer. It's such a well understood fact that I debated bringing it up at all. And for me, was it unlikely? Yeah, but people do die. I mean, when you look up any cancer, right in that Google AI section, it tells you death rate. And it's a statistic. And statistics get made by unlucky people all the time. And that thought had a vice grip on me. That was the worst part of cancer. It was not the chemotherapy, it wasn't my eyebrows going away, it was that just like anybody else, I could be deeply unlucky. I know we just used like a huge motorcycle. It's for me. When you turn 19 and get cancer, nothing cool happens. Because when you're 18 and get cancer, Make a Wish is basically pounding on your door. Hey, you want to meet John Cena? You want to ride Space Mountain, little man? Oh, we can do that for you, you know? We're the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Make dreams come true. But 19 with cancer to the Make-A-Wish Foundation? Just an old bitch. And I am 25. I missed it by a wide margin, but I kind of just wish that they would have sent a balloon. It's not that sad. I got the result of my biopsy. It was Hodgkin's lymphoma. It was the good one. Yay, no streamer. It's still cancer. You don't realize it until you get cancer, but there are cancers that you would rather have. Because some cancers are smart, like they don't respond well to the treatment, or they learn how to attack other organs quickly. And Hodgkin's is just dumb. And they're all dumb in like an injustice to humanity sort of way. But Hodgkin's is dumb in the way that if you were to like make a Watch Mojo top 10 list of the dumbest cancers, Hodgkin's lymphoma would probably be about 6th. And finding out that you have a good cancer to have that responds well to treatment and is dumb, it sort of just made me feel like I was stealing valor from everyone who had it worse. Having Hodgkin's lymphoma is like being a chef in the Vietnam War. Yeah, you served in Vietnam. And now that Vietnam is over, everyone claps when you board the plane. But in reality, a lot of people died in Vietnam. and you were serving the spaghetti. I don't know what they ate in Vietnam at all. Now that I know that I have cancer, you're probably thinking, well, hey, you probably started chemotherapy, right? No. No. There's like 8 things you gotta do for silly. You get to spend the next 2 weeks of your life with the knowledge that you have cancer inside of you and you can't do anything about it. Sort of like our government. Sort of like our government. Sort of like our government. I had to do this thing. It was called a PET scan, where they put radioactive sugar into your blood, and then they put you in a big machine that finds the radioactive sugar somehow, and then it shows you where the cancer is, because cancer loves to eat sugar, which, okay. When I got cancer, I tried to be optimistic. And I had this thought where it was like, hey, you know what? Maybe it'll help me lose those stubborn pounds. Which is tough, because I don't love my body. Who does? But no, it made me gain like 20. I'd like to play a little game. How much do you think I weigh? Just someone shout it out. If you know for whatever reason, don't shout it out.
190.
190?
210.
Okay, I'm 230. I'm 230. I'm the same weight as a late lunch. And it's not that I think I'm massive. I'm not. I've been to Walmart. It's just like I've been told on several occasions from different people in different states that I carry a surprising amount of mass for the way that I look. I'm dense. And you can debate me on that fact, but I was in a frat for 6 months. As a party trick, they would have me stand on the scale. Oh. Okay. PET scans help determine the stage of your cancer. It's there's 4 stages. It's the difference between someone going like, oh, so-and-so has stage 4 cancer, and you feeling like you got hit by a bomb, and you're like, oh my gosh, are they okay? And then someone says they have stage 2 cancer, and you're like, oh. And maybe you react to all cancer the same way, but in my experience, when I told people that I was stage 2, it was just sort of like the guy at Jimmy John's forgot to take off the tomatoes like you asked. Little side thing, there was a guy in high school that got cancer after me, and they just took it out. No chemo, nothing, no radiation, just and it's like, I'm so mad at that guy. I'm furious. He is very nice. He's a super personable guy, super likable. We got along. We played tuba together. And I don't know, he got married recently. Fuck that guy. I did a few more tests, and then I met with my oncologist, and I got the plan for my chemotherapy. I had to do it 12 times, once every 2 weeks from early February to mid-July. But before I got to do the fun part, I got to do the really fun part, which is, say it with me, when you... semen in a vat because chemotherapy can do so much irreparable damage to your reproductive system that you might not be able to have kids. What fun. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. So you have to set up an appointment with the semen freezing people where you go in and they're like,
What are you here for today?
and you have to say, I'm here to put my kids in a jar for several years. And you can tell yourself that they hear it all the time, that it's their job, but at the end of the day, I gotta look this lady in the eye and be like, today I'll be masturbating for you. Like I'm Chris Angel, doing a trick on To Catch a Predator. And then they bring you back into the room, and it looks like this. That chair is stained, by the way. And there's instructions on how to get to Pornhub above the TV right there. And then before you begin, there's an old man that walks you through the process of masturbating. He's like,
Now make sure you get it all into the cup or you'll have to mark on the sheet that the sample isn't a full load. Are you in need of lubrication?
and it's the worst. And he leaves. And you're stuck there with the speckled chair and the fluorescent lights overhead. And it broke me. I cried in the cum room. When I was done, I took it out to the lady at the desk, which you're supposed to do. I didn't just bring it out to show her what I did. I brought it to the lady at the desk, and she said,
How'd it go?
and it's like, lady, I'm giving you the cup. It's not empty. What am I supposed to say to you? That the room made for jacking off made me cry? Or perhaps I was supposed to go, oh, it was wonderful. It was a delight. Never in my life have I seen so many breasts. And I had to do this shit twice. We used two for the semen segment. I thought it was apt. You have to do it twice because one of the semen freezers could fail. So you have to make 2 loads to put in 2 separate containers. So you have to set up another appointment with the semen freezing people where you go in and they said,
Hi, Sam Sweere, welcome back.
and it's like, why did you remember my full name? And you go back to the room, back to the chair and the Pornhub and the everything, back to the old man.
Now make sure you get it all
I got it. I need the lubrication. And you sit down and you take care of business and then you're done, right? You never have to talk about it ever again. Except for a really long comedy bit in my show. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about chemotherapy, but realistically, if I tell you too much about chemotherapy, you'll just get depressed. Which, funny enough, sort of like me on chemotherapy. I've had depression for a long time. I'm fine, thanks for asking. But cancer depression is different. It's sort of like all these years I had vanilla, and then one day they just made chocolate and dropped it on me. The base of it all was all the same, but the flavor was astonishingly different. Chemotherapy is poison. It's poison that kills you a little and cancer a lot. What's that? Oh, it's the little therapy birdie from the cancer ward, guys. Oh, and he has a note. He has a note. Oh, it's a note detailing my experience on chemotherapy after my 9th treatment in June. Let's see what it says. Kill me now. God help any soul that must endure this pain, for it will scar your soul until your dying breath. Ha! Thank you, little birdie. That is so neat. It's like being at a 3D movie and feeling like I'm really there. All right, little birdie, get out of here. Get out of here. Everyone say bye-bye, little birdie, bye-bye. way that chemotherapy makes you feel, or at least the way that it made me feel, because it's different for everyone, is very similar to drinking too much and it not being fun anymore. And for that reason, I think that chemotherapy has ruined alcohol for me for the rest of my life. It's something about getting poisoned for real ruins the fun of getting poisoned for fun. With the exception of an audition where I have to sing. There is one thing that I don't like to talk about, because it's really, it feels really embarrassing. But there was a time before the fear of cancer kicked in and before I was diagnosed, where it was sort of like, I fantasized about the idea of getting cancer. Like I thought about like the support that I would get from other people, and it made me feel good. Like role-playing the idea that I was strong and brave, and that people liked me. And it no doubt stemmed from my fear of people not liking me, because I saw it as a shield. You know, because you can't not like the cancer guy, right? And you gotta come to the cancer guy show, or you're a bad person. You can't get mad at the cancer guy when he comes up short. And it gave me deniability, and the comfort of deniability is astounding. I thought so. I now have the same hair that got Chris Rock slapped at the Oscars. Actually, that's something that I'd like to point out, my hair. I still have it, which is really, it's super surprising and rare. It's supposed to fall out, but it didn't. Took most of my eyebrows, though. Now I look like a paper plate. And I hate to admit it, I kind of thought being bald would be funny. I thought it would be a good bit. I was gonna dress up as like Charlie Brown, right? I was gonna dress up as like Groom and like fun bald people. But no, now I'm just a guy with a haircut. And the problem, I have to wear a mask because chemotherapy makes it hard to make new white blood cells. So I have to wear a mask to not get sick. And the problem is, if you're wearing a mask and you don't have eyebrows and you don't have hair, you look like a cancer patient. But if you are wearing a mask, don't have eyebrows, and have this hair, you just look like a liberal. And no hate to the liberals. I know who buys these tickets. It's just kind of the broccoli-haired like podcast guys at the gym can get behind cancer patients and they can't get behind liberals. So people are just giving me looks all the time, and it's like, I'm at the gym. I have cancer. Do you know how hard this is, Bradley? And it's like, maybe you should scowl at the amount of weight on your squat, because there's a reason I played a horse last year and you didn't. I'm rock solid. All titanium like Sweere, that's what they call me. I was begging one of these like Gavin types to come up to me and just be like, why are you wearing the mask? And then I could tell them, and then they could tell their scowling friends that like he has cancer and they can stop looking at me that way. And it never happened. The worst part about looking like Casper isn't so much that I think I outright look like a freak, maybe a little, but I'll look back at photos of myself from January and I'll be like, what the hell? I was hot as shit. That's not a thought I'm supposed to have for like 10 years. That's a 35 thought at minimum. And you can disagree with me being hot. By the way, but I want to put this in perspective. I am a cancer survivor. So, maybe just keep that opinion to yourself. Besides, I don't need you to tell me that I look good, because in June, I got married to my wife, Leah, and she loves me whether I look like Voldemort or not. We used 1 on my wedding and 2 on the semen. 1 more. Having the happiest day of your life when you are going through the hardest time of your life is really weird. It's really weird to have everyone be like, oh, you look so good. We're so happy for you. And like, also go, we're praying for you every single day. There was a lot of times before I was cured where it felt like life was staring me in my eyes. And it was showing me what it was and what it could be. And it wasn't letting me breathe. And then just one day, it lets up, and I can breathe. And I feel like I should be mad with God, right? But I'm not. I'm a little annoyed. It's, despite the timing in the show, anticlimactic. Because all that pain, and what do you get for it? What do you get? It's easy to feel like you're owed something or like you should be something more, but I've spent my whole life trying to be something that I considered valuable, and then I got cancer. And it makes you realize that being valuable and being fragile go hand in hand. And life would so often feel like a reflection during this time, with the pain in beautiful days or the joys in harrowing times. And take it from me, there is beauty to be found in the overwhelming tragedy of the world. It is not easy to see it when you are in the mud and your eyes are caked with the dry earth. But life hurts so bad because it can be so wonderful. I mean, in the mud, you find who you are in the mud. You yearn for something, you want for something, you love the deepest in the mud. And it's not that you have to be thankful for the mud, fuck the mud, but like, the person you are when you're able to get out, and the shower that you can take. It's amazing every time. Let me ask you a question. If you had cancer, and then you didn't have cancer anymore, how would you live your life differently? And let me ask you another question. Why do you need cancer to live that way? Would you love more? Would you care less what people think? Would you do things that scared you? You'd probably do like 80 things, but just for today, for me, for this show, whether it's today or tomorrow or this week, please, just do one. Dear, would you come out here, please? You guys haven't been properly introduced. This is my wife. Leah has been with me this whole time. She was there through the depressing moments when there wasn't a journal. But she was the reflection of the good and the bad. And it's my belief that she will always be that. There's one more thing that I'd like to do before I go. It's an audition. It's my one thing that scares me. And I don't want to do it. I dread it. But there's been plenty of times in my life where it felt it would be better to step away from my fear. And all cancer did was make me want to live. It's going to be a little hard with this much sinus pressure. like the show, please leave us a good review. Sorry, still going through it. Please see my friends at Legend Theater Company doing the Temporary Tattoo Trio. And please also see my friends at Third Space Theater doing Breach, both excellent shows. And there's plenty of other good work at the Fringe Festival as well that you should all go see, because they don't all get crowds like this. So thank you so much. Also, please don't tell anyone about the choir. It was really expensive. So, thank you. Have a great